This would be a lot easier if I had this up on a lift, so I'm not doing this. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the General Green Manufacturing front and rear bolt-on differential armor kit. This video is going to be a first impressions, quick look at the new products. It's not going to be a full installation video because I'm not going to fully install them onto the 80 series just yet because I do have some differential work that needs to be done. So I don't want to add to that just yet by throwing these on. So we'll start by taking a look at the front and then the rear. Again, this is a bolt-on kit, and the benefits of being bolt-on is that you're not welding anything yourself. So for me, that's a huge plus. Bolt-on is definitely my first go-to because that's what I know how to do. I know how to bolt things on. I don't know how to weld. So starting at the front, it's gonna sit up like this. Take a look at the welds. The welds look pretty solid. I'm not a welder. I don't know what welds are really supposed to look like, but the thing feels super solid. You have your drain plug access right here. Obviously you have GGM on front. I mean, this thing is stout, but it's not overly, it's not crazy heavy. But you can tell there's some meat on this. So here's the rear. Your drain access again. And again, here the welds look great. It looks like it's welded throughout. I mean, I don't see any issues. Again, Matt from General Green Manufacturing has been building his products bomb-proof, and I've had no issues with them. The quality and care that he puts into these products is simply amazing, and you couldn't ask for a better quality product. For those of you that wanted to know, the armor plates are constructed from 1/4 inch A36 steel. Again, these are very solid and very robust. Obviously the kit's gonna come with the hardware set, grade 8 bolts with some nylock nuts. We're gonna go over the rear right now. So installation of the rear is straightforward, as bolt-on as it gets. Literally using these little plates here. Where's the other one? Here. It's set up in this way. Using 2 of these plates here to size up. And you're just pinching the rear axles right here. Straightforward. Again, this is the orientation it's going to sit. This is going to be towards the rear of the vehicle. You have the plates come up on top, and you're bolting them through just like that. For the rear, again, as bolt-on as it gets. Obviously, you're going to need someone or a jack to support the armor as you're doing this. So yeah, that's the rear. Very straightforward. Now the front armor kit is going to be the more difficult one to install, and the only reason being is because you're going to be punching out the OEM factory radius arm bolts that are currently on the truck, and you're going to be replacing them with some extended ones. So how it works is that the mount right here on the armor is going to mount to where the radius arm meets the axle. And so you're removing the original bolts that go straight through the radius arm, through the bushing, and into the axle. You replace it with the one that's provided in the kit, and it's going to be a little bit longer, and then you go ahead and cinch it down with the OEM nuts. And so that's going to bolt up on that side just like this, in this orientation, and then the other side is going to bolt up just using the plates that are also provided in the same fashion as the rear. Bolt coming through, and then just with the 2 plates right here, pinching the axle together. And it's still straightforward, but again, The radius arm bolt is going to be the hardest part. According to the instructions, you're going to want to replace one of the radius arm bolts at a time, so that way nothing shifts. Now let me get these mocked up onto the truck so you can just see how it's going to look. And again, I'm not going to be bolting them on just yet onto the truck because the armor is just going to get in the way of me actually doing the repairs that need to be made. So here we are at the rear of the vehicle. Taking the armor and throwing it up just like this. Slides under the sway bar, which it has enough room to clear. It clears the parking brake cable and the mount that's on the back of the diff. And so sits up just like this. Your bolt comes through, just like that. And then you have those mounts that are going to be sandwiching right here over the axle. And that's it. Like I said, the rear is super simple. So you replace the bolts that are here on the radius arm. You're supposed to loosen from the bolt side and not from the nut, because the nut is notched, so that way it won't spin on you. So you need to loosen from the bolt side until the bolt completely comes out, and then the nut can be removed as well. And again, you want to do that one by one, so that way nothing shifts in the radius arm. And so once you do that, you reinsert the new the new longer bolt through. And before cinching the nut down, the original nut that you had on there, you're going to take the armor and throw it up just like that onto those bolts that you just installed, and then put the nut on. And then this sits right up. You still have access to your drain plug, and then the bolts over here come up and pinch. Bolts come right through. There's adequate clearance from this brake line, and then the two mounting plates are going to sit up top on the axle like that. And again, you're just sandwiching it onto here. So that's it for the video. Stay tuned, because on the General Green manufacturing website, there's going to be a sign up to be notified when these armor kits are going to be available. Matt from General Green has a lot to deal with right now with Hurricane Milton about to hit Florida any second now. So I know he has a lot more to deal with than just welding up some armor plates. So thoughts and prayers sent out to you, Matt, and your family. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.